Right, so we have a Q&A that we got the followers to hit us up and send some questions. So we got some questions that we got to ask you lot.
Yeah, before you start, it's good. It's actually good that you got them to send in questions, because I'm sure there's a lot of things that they want to know that we haven't spoken about. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what it's about.
All right, so from Derek, FK_bands, he said, when was the day you knew this football industry was going to work for you, and how old was you when this happened? Femi, go first.
The day I started playing football. It's just that simple, and I'm not like, I didn't think about failing. I didn't think about not making it, So I always knew I'm going to play football. I just always knew.
You, miss?
I think it's the same, growing up, like, even football was all I ever did, play football, and from the age of 6. So when you're playing football and enjoying, even when you're young saying you're going to become a footballer, you don't think about failing. Even from school, I always said secondary school, I said, yeah, man's going to be a professional footballer. Yeah. Kept speaking it into existence. Even, like, sometimes you just know, even and then the people around you, even from school, obviously they know you're a good player, but just, you could sense it that then, yeah, it happened. Yeah, from a young age, really, from a young 100%. Age.
I didn't think about anything else, if I'm being honest with you. What about you?
Me, when the money came in my account to this point, I'm not going to lie to you. Because, bro, at first, I said it, I think I can't remember what episode it was. At first, me and Manny talk about it all the time. We wasn't meant to play football because we wasn't good. Do you know what I mean? So at the time when we worked and we got better, and then they started paying us, okay, yeah, football's gonna work for me.
Yeah.
So for me, it's when the bread come into the account.
I hear you.
Thanks, Derek.
Let's see.
Next one. Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. From Exhibit 10. How to make it to the top as a professional footballer. This is how we worded it as well. It's not my reading. Because I've been through a lot and I want you guys to help me. I think he was meant to say, how did you make it to the top as a professional footballer? Because I've been through a lot and I want you guys to help me. From Exhibit 10.
Obviously, I play for Chelsea, innit? So I can start this. No, I'm joking. I always say it comes from self-belief. Like, for me, how I got to the position I'm in now is I've always believed in myself. So as much as many people told me no and doubted me, I always believed that, listen, your no's not going to determine what I'm going to do in this game, innit? So for me, it was always like just my self-belief.
Well, first of all, Exhibit, I didn't make it to the top, so let's just get that clear.
Yeah, I play for Chelsea.
Only he made it to the top. But I tell you what, I'm at peace. I could sleep at night because I gave this game my all. And if I can give you any advice, give it everything you got, and where you land, be at peace with it because you know you're giving it everything, But when you don't give it everything, that's when you're gonna have regrets, So I would just say, just give it everything you got.
Yeah, I'm just gonna second what Femi said still, because that's where it is, man. And what James said, believe in yourself and just give it your best, man. Like Fem said, see, if you don't give it your best, that's when you're gonna have regrets and you're gonna look back saying, I should have done this and that. But if you just give it your best shot, then you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose, bro.
Thank you, Exhibit. My question for all three of you guys, what are your biggest lessons or takeaways you guys have learned from being professional athletes? This is from Eduardo. Arsenal, Eduardo.
My biggest lesson.
From being a professional athlete, what would you say?
Lesson as in what though? Like, I'm saying...
your lesson that you can take away for the rest of your life, I suppose.
Being punctual.
Is it, yeah? With timings and everything?
Timing and everything is important. Even not just... Football's your workplace as well, but just turning up to training on time is key.
It does teach you that, to be
Yeah.
fair. It teaches you
Oh,
that,
it's
to be
key.
fair. Especially when they fan your ass.
But why does Medy turn up late everywhere then? A man said punctual with timing, Medy's late.
He's always late, isn't it? He's always late. Are you sure he taught you that, bro? He's trying to sound cool on the calendar. He's trying to sound cool.
Timing.
See that one, yeah. What you said, fam, it does teach you that because when you get fined and you get dropped because managers see everything, man. When you're late, even though you can be the best player, there's only certain players they make exceptions for, but you can be the best player. But if you're always turning up to training late, and then you got people like Fem and James always putting in the hard work, of course, the other people are gonna start in front of you because they're on time and everything. That's my biggest lesson.
Biggest lesson I've learned is be yourself before anything, before football, before anything. Just have your own identity, man. Because this game, it dilutes you, innit? It dilutes your character. When your brain goes into it, it dilutes, and everything you do will be. You'll start maneuvering off of football. You start thinking football, and you forget who you are, you know. And when that starts happening, it starts taking away from you. Even as a player, it starts taking away from you, because you'll lose confidence. Like, if you're not playing well, you lose confidence because you're thinking, the footballer. But if you've got an identity, you don't really lose that confidence because you know you're the best version of you. You're the only person. You're the only one of you, one of one. So I would say, just have an identity, man. Have an identity, and then your identity, pull it into football, not the other way around. You know, don't let football create an identity. Have an identity. Then that's what I've learned.
For man, it's just about. I always call it. We always say my team now. We always call it "Don't get gassed." So for me, one lesson I'll take away is never too high, never too low. You lot have heard the same.
Yeah.
But it's a real meaning, bro. Because for me, I've had stages in my career where man's at scoring and it's sick, and you go up there. Then the next week you're dropped. You start feeling like you're a shit player, or you're not the best, or whatever. So it's just having that humble common ground where you're like, okay, I don't need to be too excited, I don't need to be too low. So it's just having that common ground, knowing that, okay, I don't need to be that level.
Next one, man. Next one. What's the next one?
In the National League, which you all play in full time. National League. What's that? Which you all play full time. What's the schedule for the week? Also, from Ranga Bab _2. It's different.
Shout out the National League, man. And shout out Vanarama, man. Do you know what? Do you know why I'm saying that? No one's ever shouted these man out, you know? Everyone just neglects them, like, bro, shout out Vanarama, man, and shout out the National League, bro.
The man out still.
You know the ones, League 3, bruv. You know. Nah, levels, bro.
Oh, man.
Levels, fam.
You can't
I've got to talk about thing.
With their baggy kit. Like not on that.
Nah, you got to shout it out. Give them a shout out. But what did they say? What's the routine like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the same. National League it's become like literally League 3. I know I said it for banter, but it's literally like that now. So it's still full time. So when people drop out the league and filter down to the National League, not much changes. Monday, Tuesday, train, off Wednesday, train Thursday, train Friday, game on Saturday, you know, same hours, off Sunday. Yeah, literally, what do you guys think? Same thing?
Same.
I'll be real, same.
Yeah.
That one's same, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Ranga, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wanted a better question.
No, but it might have helped him. He might have wanted to know. Because some people don't know. Some people think, might just train, like, do you know what I mean? Like, majority of the teams are at that level, so it's a good question.
For each of you, who is the one player you have shared a dressing room with who was the most crazy and hard to deal with, despite maybe being talented by Sammy Mold? So basically what he's saying is, sick player, but just so hard to deal with in the change room?
This one is easy for me. Emmanuel Sadibi.
Okay.
The guy is so talented. Like, the guy can run up and down. He can lick shots. He can do everything. But the guy, his head's not right, bro. Like, there's one training session. Let me just tell you a quick story. One training session that Sean Derry's taken. So we're all doing that. There's mannequins about. Uche's on the thing at Cambridge. Just was at Cambridge. Uche's on the mannequin. We're doing passing. He's playing as a midfielder, innit? So Gaffer's talking. When Gaffer's talking and he's got his back turned, man's whining on a mannequin and twerking. You know, like them man, they're just crazy. Like, they do mad things. But yeah, I'll say DB, sick player, but he's crazy. He's a crazy guy.
You, Fem?
Crazy guy.
He's come a long way and he's a lot of growth. But at the time, bro, Morgan Ferrier, bro. And we thank God for his growth because, bro, that guy, I think it's safe to say, yeah, I think he will even say, Morgan, 21, 22, different, man. different.
Morgan.
I know you told a story. I'll tell you a story as well. So, all right, cool. So they told Morgan's done so many things, but they told him, you're not training, blah, blah, blah. So Morgan's like, all right, cool. Like, they're not washing his kit or whatever. So we wear black training kit in it. Morgan's rocked up, yeah, in a bright red Adidas, yeah, top and shoes, yeah, and walked on the training pitch. And he's actually being dead serious, like, morning. And everyone's like, what are you doing? Gaffer's gone, Morgan, you can't train in this. Morgan's like, I'm training. What are you talking about? Like, go get changed. Morgan's like, no, I'm not going to get changed. Bro, cut long story short, Morgan jumped in his car, yeah, and drove off, yeah. I'm ringing him like, bro, what are you doing? Come back. Like, I've ran off the training pitch. I'm like, bro. They're like, Fem, where you going? I'm like, nah. I'm like, Morgan, you gotta come back, that kind of thing. He's just like, he was just different. There's a million Morgan stories I could tell you right now, bro. Yeah, he's.
I'd probably say the same. Because at England, when we went to England C, by the way, he was a character there as well. And that was the first time because I knew Morgan before from when we used to play for Stoke together. But it was like, when he came to England, it was just crazy. So I'll probably say Morgan as well.
Yeah.
Morgan, if you ain't had an argument with Morgan or nearly tried to have a fight with Morgan, then you're a lucky guy.
You don't know the real Morgan.
But at the same time,
Yeah,
bro,
he's come a long way, yeah.
He's come a long way because he's grown and he's learned a lot, and I'm so happy for what he's doing right now, man. You know what I mean? Do you know what it is? He's always been a mad hard worker. So you could have never, even as crazy as he was when he was younger, he's always had that work ethic.
Bro, every time, just like you guys, and you can vouch for him as well. I can vouch for him. He's always in the gym. He's always doing the extras, and that's why I rate. And I always message him. I rate Morgan for that, man.
Yeah.
So always ready to put in the work.
Good question. Next one. When a UK player gets released from an academy or professional under-23 setup, why don't more of them try and go overseas to continue ball in USA or Europe, for example? Many of them seem to go non-league instead, by Sense Diaz. So they're basically saying, instead of when you get released from a Premier League club, you go to the non-league. Why don't you go to USA or Europe?
I think more players are doing it now. More youngsters are going. But I think back in the days was, I don't know. Was it? Would you say fear factor?
I think they played it down. So
yeah.
The country shaped the narrative as like,
you can only make it in England.
And going abroad, you only.
Yeah.
Hey, Apple Watch, why are you talking to me? The narrative was like, you're only going abroad to pick up money, to collect money. You know, when Medy went abroad, that was it. You're only going to pick up money, where it's like an opportunity. I always say to people, if you're gonna go abroad, go and make it abroad. Go and make it. Be successful abroad. Don't go abroad to pick up a paycheck and then come back you know. Go, be successful abroad and go and do your thing, you know. If you feel like your route is to go non-league and work your way back up the ranks, by all means do that. But listen, you should always have an end goal, and the goal should never change. Whatever route it takes you through, whether that's non-league, whether that's going abroad, and just always have the end goal and stick to that end goal, innit?
Good question. It's a big one. What would you change about your career by 300_G? Name's 300. Chief Keef.
This one.
What would you change about your career?
This goes back to, because I don't know, because I said this last time. This goes back to me, the timing thing.
Your punch.
Yeah, I was late for, when I was meant to make my debut in the champ. I was late for games against Cardiff and a couple other things. I was late, and I always look back at it. I don't look back at it and say, "Oh man," but if I was like good with timing and like I was there early on training and certain things, I think the certain move that should have happened, even before that, would have happened, and would have been, the career would have gone somewhere else, if you know what I mean. And I always say, that's why I say timing, like being punctual and thinking. I was late for games, like big games that I'm gonna make my debut against Cardiff and all these teams, bro. I said, bro, I'll go back to the timing thing, being punctual for me.
You feel? What would you change?
Hella things. No, I'm joking. Maybe just
But yeah, you're perfect.
I used to, it almost came across as if I had a chip on my shoulder when I was younger. You know, I was ready, like, I was anti-banter. Anti it. And I used to like almost, like, not threaten, but like, bro.
He's a bully.
No, man.
Yeah.
Not like that,
Yeah,
but like,
man.
you know.
Say he was a bully.
And I was also like, it was also not being able to separate the two, like, or let go of my past, innit? So there was times where I got caught up in this while I'm still playing football and whatnot, you know. If I had just let it go from a younger age and just been fully football, I think that's what I would have changed, man.
Oh, when he was a gangster.
I wasn't a gangster, bro. I've always been a good guy, but sometimes you make mistakes. If I'd let that side of remember the training ground? Remember the training ground?
We
just left. I'll tell you off camera, bro. It was mad.
He was a bully.
No, it wasn't. But yeah, like, yeah, I just didn't know how to like separate the two. Like, it was just
Gangster
crazy.
football, gangster football.
But yeah, so I would have just let, like, if that could change, I would have changed that.
Me, I'd probably say just being a bit too complacent in certain positions that I've been in. I'll probably change. Like, you're doing well, then you just chill in that position because, like, okay, you think everything's good, but like I said earlier, you can switch. You can be low the next week. So I'll probably say just being a bit complacent in certain positions I was. Good question. 300. Did you guys have an identity beyond football when you were young professionals? Nope. I'll start. Nope. When I was young, I thought football, I have to talk like them, I have to walk like them, I have to train like them, I have to be there like that. I had my identity as a footballer, that was it.
Nah, for me, I say, bro.
You have.
Yeah.
I can vouch for you.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right, so your situation's completely different because you had to go Scotland, North. I don't even know what that must have been like for you, bro. I can't even lie to you. But me and Medy, we came off in the south, innit? So I'm rocking up to training, like, I think I've said this story there. The first day I meet Medy, and it's like, I'm on the train, and I'm like, where you going? Like, he's like, I didn't know him at the time. I'm saying, where you going? He's like, yeah, I'm joining for Dagenham Redbridge. And it's just like, where you from? It's like, East. I'm like, rah, you don't like me. You talk like me. You like, this is mad. You're going to be my teammate. Like, literally, like, do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to I didn't have to change. I didn't have to change who I was. I've always been myself. And on top of that, I've always kept my friends outside of football. So, do you know what I mean? So like, when I'm going out, they're coming with me. Larry's always been coming out with me. You know what I mean? If anything, yeah, I changed the people inside football to become more like man. Like, you know what I mean? Like Abs, like, he was a footballing guy. Now Abs is mandem, like, you know, like that. Like, if anything, it was the other way around.
This is a question for you, Femi. What advice would you give to young players on creating brands like this, for example, or company businesses alongside football? By Kelly, I'm not going to say his last name, I can't say it.
First of all, it's got to come from a place of passion and purpose in it. You can't just think of an idea and think, oh, this is cool, let me run with it. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to last. You have to be in love with what you're doing. You know, you have to be in love. It has to come from a place of, I love doing this. Do you know what? I'm going to do this.
Invested in that emotion.
You know what I mean? And that's the only way it will be fruitful. That's the only way you'll see the best version of yourself. You'll see the best of whatever business you're growing in it. So I would say, don't rush into anything. Don't rush it. Trust me, I'm telling you from experience. Don't rush into anything. Sit down, just think, what are you mad passionate about? And how could you help better the world or the universe with this passion that's inside of you? And then when you come up with that, then execute in it. But don't make a move until then.
Question for me. What advice would you give to young players, 16 to 18, on breaking into the first team at non-league level? What advice would I give to a young player? It's going to be difficult because we say it at non-league level. It's all about results. It's not about the next young player coming through. Though you still get some clubs that want to sell a player and whatnot. But I think for me, it's just about you're young. Like, enjoy playing football. Enjoy the experiences that you're going to go through. But at the same time, I always go back to it's just about like believing in yourself. But at the same time, never too high, never too low. Just putting all what I said into one.
Yeah.
And you should get through it. Last question from Keza OG. Toughest moment in your football career? If you weren't playing football, what do you think you'll be doing? And lastly, who's your role model? Wow, Keza, you try to put 3 or 4 into one. I like that. So let me say that again. Toughest moment in your football career. If you weren't playing football, what do you think you'll be doing? And lastly, who's your role model? Medy, go first.
Toughest moment? Probably when I was injured. Probably when I was injured. I was injured. And I missed a big FA Cup game against Leeds at the time because of my knees. That was the probably toughest period. And what was the other one?
If you wasn't playing football, what would you be doing? You're already doing something else anyway.
All right, cool. Next question. What's the last one?
Nah, you know what?
100%.
You know what? Yeah, music probably. Music, yeah, music. Music, what was that one?
Your role model.
In football or just...
Your role model in general, could be anything.
That one there. I'll probably give it to my mum, you know.
Oh, guilty.
Yeah, I'll probably give it, I have to say my mum, because I've seen her do a lot of stuff just to help the family, so yeah, I'll say my mum.
Fem, toughest moment in your career?
Summer 16. Getting relegated from Football League. Yeah. What's the next one?
Sorry. If you weren't playing football, what do you think you'd be doing?
Oof. Definitely like helping something, helping. Youth, maybe, you know. It will definitely be something behind the scenes. Just helping people, helping youth in some capacity, whether that's football, whether that's acting, I don't know. But maybe that's people and kids on the streets. But it will be in that capacity, 100%. And my role model, I got quite a lot. So it's very, very complicated because I take this out of this guy, 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 and that out of that
We need
guy.
one.
So
We need one.
I can't because I take different qualities from different people. So, for example, Kanye West is my role model because of his level of belief in himself. You can't tell the guy nothing. He does what he wants because he believes in his thing. So I'll use Kanye West for a role model. Jay-Z because of what he represents, you know what I mean? Because of what he's achieved, where he's come from. Like, it just, the list goes, I take different qualities from different things. Tell that guy to DM me, man. So we'll talk, because it's just long. It's just long, honestly.
That's the tell that guy DM me.
Yeah, like a lot, you know what I mean? But do you know what? I'll LeBron, Ronaldo, the work ethic in the sports, you know, they mash works in it, you know. That's where I see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Mandela, because he makes you see that the lowest of lows, you can still, like, no matter how rock bottom you are, you can still achieve something. You can still, once you put your mind to it, you know what I mean? Guy was in prison doing life and he came out and became president. I mean, if that doesn't inspire you, if that don't think you can do anything, I don't know what will. You know what I mean? And then obviously my mum, my dad, what they've sacrificed, you know, for me to have opportunity to have a shot at this, and what I've seen them do growing up, just to put food on the table. So yeah, it goes on, different qualities from different people. Yeah, what about you?
Toughest moment in my career will probably be losing my manager in 2018. That was a tough time. If I wasn't playing football, I'd probably be actor. I think I've got good acting qualities. And then, what was the last one? Role model, mum. So that's pretty much it. Is that all the questions? I think that is.
Hey, thank you for sending
All your questions.
All your questions, man. Sorry we couldn't get through all of them, you know, but hopefully we'll do another one of these real soon, innit?
Yeah.
Real soon.
Real soon. But yeah, big up, man. Appreciate it. Some good questions out there as well, man. Do you know what? We're gonna actually choose the best question and we'll send them something, man.
Who discussed that? Fem will send it to you. I got you.
We'll do it.
DM him. Everyone DM Fem.
Best question, we'll decide, man. You'll see.
Yeah,
Look out for
he'll
it,
give
man.
you 10 bags. Fem will give you 10 bags. You've got new money now, so he'll give you 10 bags.
Nah, man. I'm broke, baby.